All right, everybody. Welcome back. Dave, ABQ SCNC. Today we are presenting our low-tech football show, Power Rankings Edition. Gizmo's Power Rankings. World-famous Gizmo. Like it, love it, hate it, let us know. These are the Power Rankings pre-Hall of Fame game. There is Gizmo. Before we get started, I want to let everybody know we are doing our 1987 Topps baseball card break on Saturday, August 3rd. The bottom left and the bottom right are gone, people. They are gone. The only ones left are the top left and the top right, $5 each, plus $5 shipping. Let me know in the comments if you're interested, or send an email to abqscandc@gmail.com. All right, now on to the power rankings, the bottom half, 17 through 32. We got the Cardinals at 32. Remember, these are gizmos. I might not agree with all of them, but Cardinals have a long road ahead of them. Kyler Murray, a lot to prove. Giants at 31. It all depends, as always, on Eli. Heart and soul of the Giants. I don't know if you've seen our Giants rebuild video. Got rid of him right away. The Bucks still eating W's with Jameis Winston sitting at 30. Dolphins 29. They now have Josh Rosen, so if he performs well, they should be moving up. Bengals might have lost AJ Green. They are at 28. The Jets, I think these guys are, like, I would have had them in the upper 20s, but I think they perform pretty well. It all rests on Darnold. Darnold's that gunslinger, Brett Favre type. If he can get things going, he gets hot, they will do pretty good this year. Raiders at 26. I think they could be a little higher as well. Just depends on that defense. They got Antonio Brown. They got a pretty good running back in the draft. We'll see where they end up. Redskins at 25. Redskins, man, they were 6-2, leading the division by 2 games before Alex Smith got hurt. Cowboy fans, that is the only reason your team won the division right there. Otherwise, we were dominating. Now we have our hopes on Haskins and or Case Keenum, who thinks everybody's like 6'5". You watch his games last year, they should have won at least 3 more games, but he kept overthrowing his receivers. I don't know. Redskins, we'll see. All right, so Bills, number 24. Bills are another one of those teams that, oh man. All right, on to the next one, the Titans, sitting at 23. It's all Marcus Mariota. When he's not throwing ducks, he is awesome. Number 22 is the Lions. Lions always start out good, but Stafford, man, overpaid, overrated. 21, 49ers. Garoppolo is back. For how many games remains to be seen. Will he stay healthy? That's the key. Highlight of that team is the tight end. Number 20, Broncos. They play the Falcons on Thursday. Joe Flacco, he stays healthy. This team can go 10-6, 11-5. He does not. They will not. Gizmo has the Cowboys at number 19. Sitting at 19, Cowboys. It's all Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott can figure things out. This team's going to be pretty good. If not, he's going to cost them a lot of games. 18, Jaguars getting Nick Foles. Will he be the one that can get them over the top? We shall see. Last but not least, at number 17 is the Texans. Will Deshaun Watson repeat his performance before he got hurt a couple years ago, or will we get the Deshaun Watson of last year? All right, that is the bottom half. Now on to the top half. All right, number 16 is the Panthers. Panthers at 16. It all depends on Cam Newton. Cam Newton looked horrible last year with his shoulder. This team's fate depends on him. All right, number 15. Pittsburgh Steelers lost Brown. They didn't even have Bell last year, so it doesn't matter. Can Connor keep it up? He had durability issues at the end of the season last year. No Brown, so Juju's going to get all the double teams with hardly anybody to pick up the pace. One of these other receivers or tight ends needs to step it up for the Steelers to have any kind of chance. Number 14, the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, fresh off his injury. He played pretty good with the injury last year. It'll be interesting to see how they do with Aaron Rodgers. You're never out of the game. Number 13, the Atlanta Falcons, the other team, playing on Thursday night, August 1st, against the Broncos. Falcons looking to bounce back after their Super Bowl loss, looking for redemption. How will their season play out? Number 12, the Colts. They're another one that depend on the quarterback. Andrew Luck having issues already. If he cannot stay healthy, they will not do good, as Brissett is not great. Brissett is a 7-9 quarterback. So they lost Tyrann Mathieu, Texans lost Mathieu. Colts, all depends on Andrew Luck. Number 11, Baltimore Ravens. Mad props to Lamar Jackson after his playoff game. I thought they should have put in Joe Flacco, but they stuck with him and almost ended up coming back and winning that game. Ravens, look for them to step it up. Lamar Jackson can have a great year. All right, everybody, it is time for the top 10. At number 10, the Cleveland Browns. We're going to take an in-depth look at every team in the top 10. Browns lost Emmanuel Ogbah, Jamie Collins, no big loss there. Jabril Peppers, and Kevin Zeitler. Biggest loss there would be Zeitler, as the O-line is one of the big deals in the NFL, but they gained for Zeitler Olivier Vernon, linebacking core, to replace Jamie Collins. Major upgrade. They, of course, lost Kareem Hunt. Or they gained Kareem Hunt. My fault there. Kareem Hunt suspended, but he will join the team at some point. Sheldon Richardson shores up the defensive tackle position. And big news, Odell Beckham Jr. is a Brown, people. And many feel that this propelled them up to the top tier of the NFL. Really, like, it all depends on Baker, as with every team in the NFL. Baker looked good, but he was still like half and half on his touchdown to interceptions. If he can get those interceptions down, this team is going to be dangerous. All right, number 9, the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks added DK Metcalf in the draft, picked up Ezekiel Ansah. They traded away Frank Clark and lost Doug Baldwin and Cam Chancellor to retirement injury issues. Cam was a given. Doug's kind of a surprise, but he's been around for a while. Won the championship with them. He's got nothing to prove now. Number 8, the Minnesota Vikings. I don't disagree with this pick, only because it's the second year in the system for Kirk Cousins. He looked skittish, out of place in that offense last year. I think a second year in that offense, learning it, knowing it, will only help this team. They didn't do a whole lot. They signed kicker Dan Bailey. Used to be the premier kicker in the league when he was with the Cowboys, most accurate kicker ever. And they lost Jalen Myrick. So, take it for what you will. This team is mostly the same. Number 7, the so hard to say, Los Angeles Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers. Phillip Rivers, man, did he lose this team last year? Hunter Henry is back. If you ask Stephen A. Smith, he thought he was there the whole time anyway, but Hunter Henry is back. They did lose Travion Thompson, but for the most part, this team's just about the same. Big question mark on this team besides Rivers is Melvin Gordon. Will Melvin Gordon pull a Le'Veon Bell, or will he play? They need him. Eckler is okay, but he is not Melvin Gordon. Number 6. The Philadelphia Eagles. Big question mark as always for the Eagles, losing Nick Foles, which means that Carson Wentz gonna have to be the man. He's been hurt the last couple years, durability issues. They have put all in on Carson Wentz. They picked up Deshaun Jackson and the awesome Jordan Howard from the Bears. Will that be enough? It all depends on Wentz. They have Sudfeld as their backup. Who knows? All right, number 5. Chicago Bears. Speaking of which, they lost Jordan Howard, double doink Cody Parkey, and Sam Acho. They did pick up Clinton Dix, Cordero Patterson, so their return game is going to be pretty good. TJ Clemmings to shore up the offensive line, and Kevin Pierre-Louis adds to an already awesome linebacking core. The Bears, man. I mean, would they have gotten past the next game? Who knows? But they should have won that game. Trubisky stepped it up. I am not a Trubisky fan, but he stepped it up. They only scored 1 touchdown, so you can't blame it all on Cody Parkey. That's my main thing right there. The offense only scored 7 points. They score more points, Parkey doesn't matter. He did make his other field goals. Just happened to miss the one that counted. Number 4. The New Orleans Saints. There's another team, man. It's just gonna be like 30 seconds of me sighing because what could have been? I mean, there's no guarantee. He walks in for a touchdown after that catch, or they make a touchdown after he potentially gets stopped. They had a chance in overtime. Can't blame it all on that. Saints, man. They didn't really do much. They did lose Max Unger to retirement. But they picked up Latavius Murray, Jared Cook, and Kayvon Webster. Look for them to do great things as Drew Brees is filling out his career. Hopefully he can keep up the pace. Every time people think he's out of it, he comes back with another MVP performance. All right, number 3. I want to say St. Louis, the Los Angeles Rams. I thought they had a great team last year. Jared Goff is the one who's going to have to step it up. Patriots played, or whoever they played, Saints played zone against him. And the Patriots played zone against him. He could just not overcome that zone, and that was what cost him the game. He just couldn't figure it out. They lost in Dominic Sue, which was a major part of that defensive line. They picked up Eric Weddle and Clay Matthews, who I guess will no longer be doing State Farm commercials with Aaron Rodgers. Oh no! And my least favorite player ever, Blake Bortles. He's just trash. Hopefully Jared Goff doesn't get hurt because the Rams will be horrible if Blake ends up getting in that game. We're getting to it, number 2. So I probably would have had the Patriots number 1, only because they won the championship last year. That would be my only reason for having them number 1. Gizmo has them at number 2. They lost Gronk, Chris Hogan, but they picked up Demaryius Thomas. Hopefully he is healthy and ready to go. Michael Bennett on the defensive line. They had Martellus. Why not get Michael? Ben Watson, also a pickup, and they re-signed Jamie Collins, who he's not great. Like, he's on the downside of his career, which was not that good anyway. So Patriots, we'll see. They don't have anybody to double team Gronk, so these receivers are not going to be as wide open anymore. That was their saving grace. People double Gronk, the wide receivers came open. So we'll see if they can keep it up. Sonny Michel has a great year. Then they'll have to stack the box and the double teams won't matter. Only one team left. Number 1. You guessed it, Kansas City Chiefs. Like I said, I would have had the Patriots number 1, but that's only because they won the championship last year. But this team really stepped it up, man. They looked at what was wrong with them, and they said, we are fixing it. They did lose Eric Berry and Justin Houston, but they replaced them, man, with just as good, if not better players. They picked up Tyrann Mathieu. He stays healthy. He is one of the best safeties in the game. They got Deron Lee in a trade. They picked up Frank Clark on a trade, and they got Emmanuel Ogbah from the Browns. Like, this team really stepped it up. Besides the Browns, I think this team upgraded the most. This team, the only problem this team is going to have is if Tyreek Hill cannot play, because you can't double team both Kelsey and Hill. You have to pick one or the other, and the other one's going to kill you. So if Hill does not end up playing, they're still a good team, but they are not blowing people out like they were last year. All right, disagree, agree, let me know. Let Gizmo know whether you think a team should be ranked differently. This is his rankings. I told you what I would have changed on a couple of them, but for the most part, I pretty much agree. Let us know what you think. We will be doing this weekly once the season starts. We'll include biggest movers, biggest shakers, all kinds of stuff. We want to thank you for watching, as always. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Give us some comments. Let us know if you liked it, if you didn't. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we look forward to seeing you again. Stay safe out there and enjoy this football season, as I cannot wait for it to start.